What's up, traders? Another live session. Today's August 14th, 2019. And man, I'm exhausted. And I'm depleted. Cannot wait for this weekend to come up and take a step back from Forex. Last night we had a great live session. It started at 11 p.m. Eastern and it ended at 12. It was a full hour long session. We covered trader psychology, how to trade charts from doing top-down analysis, even covering things like how much leverage should I trade with, lot sizes, risk management, and also how to trade news. So I wrapped up that video. I did a few some stuff on the charts, and then I tried to sleep. I couldn't, so I ate. And then when I tried to sleep again, it was already 3:50. And if you watched yesterday's live session, I was going to trade the 4:30 a.m. CPI, and I think I made around 130 and change. So at 3:50 I got out, I plotted my levels, put my stops, and then caught the move, and that was that. And then I woke up to a nice gift. The Forex gods gifted me for all the hard work, and they finally made Euro move. So going back to let me just make sure everyone has joined up in the chat. It gets very tedious that I have to send out these links to join the actual live. So if you haven't joined the portal, please do RP in favor and just get on the portal, so I don't have to send out these links before the during the live session. But I'm gonna check the chat while I go through what I'm going through right now. You guys just can recommend today's questions, pairs recommendations, and whatnot. How do I have to send out these links? Give me a sec. But the participation in yesterday's live was amazing. That's why changing time zones from time to time is amazing, because you get to see new faces from people of different parts of the world. So 1 second. Everyone should be in good spirits. A lot of profits were made. A lot of pips were made today, and this week in general. A big step up. Last week we had like a 500 pip week. The week before was I think a losing week by 60 pips. It was NFP week, and I'm not really fond of NFP trading that in particular. But since then we've really made some good ground, so that's great. So I'm gonna send these links out, get everyone situated. Hopefully people aren't tired and hungover from the session yesterday, but it's definitely a session that I'll be sharing to traders who want to learn about price action trading in the shortest possible time. They can definitely get a good idea at least of how to trade, and then using these daily sessions they could get more and more clues as we go on. It's going to take some practice, but over time you should be able to develop a sort of system of your own. And my apologies, every time I check the chat the live session goes off. So if you are in today's session and you missed yesterday's live session, I highly suggest you watch it, maybe after this one or on your way home from work, whenever you get a chance. But let's start off. While I go through this, so you guys can send in your pair recommendations. But today's session will be quick, short, and sweet, because everything's going our way. We're in profits. Not much else to say. So starting off with Euro. Consolidation box right here, and we finally got that break. And if you remember what I said about consolidation boxes, when you have one and the breakout is usually aggressive, right? This breakout right here was a pretty aggressive 40-45 pip move. We've tapped our first take profit area or level, key level that we drew up, and we're in good profits. Right around here you should be taking partials off the table, stops to entry. If I do see further downside, but Euro tends to be a bit annoying. So if you want, you could take 70% of your position off, or 60, and then put stops right around here, maybe at 1.1202, just in case Euro does come back up and retest 11894. We don't get stopped out because it could very well come back up here and then bounce back down. Tomorrow we have the USD Retail Sales, which is going to be major market movers. Looking at the forecast, it's supposed to be pretty much similar or a bit worse. So who knows? If it was worse, we could see euro just bounce back up, back into this consolidation region, and we don't want to do that. The markets only give a limited amount of pips per day, so you take what you can get. Don't get greedy. So we'll see throughout the day. But right now, I'd say take partials and move stops to entry. We can always re-enter, so it's not going to kill us. I already closed half my position, and the runner is at entry. Pretty simple setup, obviously from the weekly time, daily time frame. Nice descending trend line. We had multiple resistances created here. We had a break, and I do see further downside. Euro yen, we just secured 100 pips, and if you watched yesterday's live session, I told you guys that I actually analyzed euro yen on my phone. That's right. When I called the trade, I saw it on my phone. Not even on TradingView, on my MetaTrader app. I have my levels on there as well, and I saw that we pierced this key level right here, right around 119.539. Hopefully you guys can see that level. And we had this bearish candle as confirmed, and we entered right around here. And since then, we had a bit of a consolidation, but since then we haven't looked back, and we have straight dropped. Our final take profit was, I think, 117.900, which we have actually officially hit now. We're at 117.890, so 110, 105 whatever pips secured, done and dusted. I think this week we're up around 390, 400 maybe. I'll do official count. Last week I was doing the count. I'm like, there's so many pips. There's way too many pips. But that was a great week as well. The week before, I think we were at negative 60 pips. Nothing too, nothing that's gonna hurt the bank. But great turnaround at least. Pretty simple, euro yen. Yesterday when the tariff news came out, where the U.S. trade rep said that we will be removing some products off the U.S. Off the Chinese tariff list, we saw the yen's weaken, Aussie pairs gain some strength, and so this candle right here would have fooled a lot of people into buying the euro yen, the USD yen, etc. And I said yesterday, I'm not convinced that there will be a reversal against the yen just yet, just because the trade war is still going on, and the yen is still going to be acting as a safe haven until that trade war is finished, and also until Europe, Iran, and the U.S. Handle their nuclear sanctions BS. So there's a lot of stuff going on in the markets. That's why the yens have been the yen, which is a safe haven, has been killing it for the past couple weeks against all the other pairs. So I wasn't convinced with this move, and you got bit just because this is a bullish engulfing, and it's a big bullish candle does not mean jack shit. The setup, you got to look at technicals and what happened off the key level. It bounced off the key level. We had it confirm with this bearish engulfing candle right here, and a simple setup. So done and dusted. Going on to Aussie. I have a secret to tell you guys. So this week when we did get stopped out of Aussie, actually yesterday, we got stopped out hard because of the U.S. trade rep release. China is Aussie's biggest trade partner, so obviously anything that benefiting the Chinese economy is going to benefit the Aussie. We didn't see this coming, we got stopped out, but I actually extended my stops all the way to this key level right here, and I'm actually in the trade still. I closed part of my position at the stop loss area, so it's not like I'm being devious or anything, but I knew Aussie was going to be a short regardless. I just didn't want you guys to be overexposed to the risk. But we are starting to drop a bit. We're sitting on some support. But these are the kind of decisions you make once you start learning how to trade on your own. You don't have someone micromanaging your account or telling you when to take profits. You be the boss. So that's where we're all striving to go to. I'm gonna take a quick peek at the chat. What's up, Doris? Alex. Fast forward. Turnaround at yesterday's live was amazing. A lot of great questions. Okay, USD CHF. I believe someone asked that yesterday, and someone asked about Euro Pound as well to cover today, so I will look at that. Hold on 1 second. Telegram is being a bit annoying. Okay, Telegram's good. That's a chat. Someone answered? Yeah, okay, so someone said Euro Aussie USD CAD. Okay, great. So Aussie, short was there. It's okay. NSD USD, a short that I called. We didn't get stopped out, and we were in some profit, and we still are in some profit. Right now we're just, I guess, retesting the support on the smaller time frame. Right now we did break support. Right now we're doing a retest. Hopefully this is a rejection. But I do see NSD USD going down as well. 4-hourly, the price structure is still there. You can see this is a nice retrace off the 61.8 fib. Can plot that for you guys. Also taught how to plot fibs on yesterday's live session as well. So a lot of gems were dropped. So a nice retrace to the 61.8 fib level. A nice bearish engulfing candle, and shorts are my bias for NSD USD. Still, we're in like 5 pips profit. Right around entry. So that's great. We were in some drawdown earlier, but it's fine now. Euro yen USD gold. So gold, we'll cover gold. Again, gold is actually setting up for a setup. So when we had the initial price movement up, the long which we caught, we snapped back down from our resistance region, and we consolidated again. And like I said about the consolidation box, it's a great tool. When you usually break out of the consolidation box, the move is very aggressive and impulsive. So this move outside of this box was around 70 pips, and what price did was a break, a retest, a rejection with this hammer. Ideally, if you're really nitpicky, you want this candle to close the way it is, or a bit above this level right here, which is 15.16. If we can get this close above 15.16 to stay the way it is, or maybe even a bit better than this, I'd be more than inclined to enter long. And the reason being, the entry is going to be amazing. I mean, just looking at this, 1.5, and your stops could be even tighter than that if you want to. Just right at the start of the consolidation box, 2.0. If you have a small account, I would advise to skip out on gold. But a textbook setup right here, and I mean, let's see what time it is. 11:13. I usually follow my strategy and wait for the hour closure for the confirm, but we can see the move happening out right now. If you're a less risk averse trader, you could enter now, but a lot can happen in the next 40 minutes. This could very well end up closing back within below this level. But this is the price action I talk about, the break, retest, rejections. It's not some bogus BS I found online from an ebook. This is just how price moves, and we could very well see this move play out up here by the hourly closure. But you always got to stick to your trading plan and keep things consistent. Because if you break your trading plan one trade and it works out, that's great. But the next 9 trades could lead to losses. So keep it consistent. We could always wait for a push, then a retest, and then can get the retest. But we can see the move happening live as right in front of our eyes. I do see gold going back to 1534, which was the level we talked about quite some time before we even reached there, right around this area. But if not, if the hourly does close, maybe here or maybe a bit lower, we could go enter long. But if it closes any bit higher, the risk reward will kind of be thrown off. I mean, you can still have your stops somewhere here, but you can see it's not as lucrative in terms of getting a nice setup. But that's what I see for gold. Very, very nice trade. Whoever caught this impulsive move and this retest rejection off this hammer, congrats, you're in some great profits. Moving on, you guys do have some pair recommendations. There was a pair I wanted to cover, USD yen, and then we can go on to your pair recommendations. So ask the questions now. USD yen, same thing as I said on yesterday's morning session. Let me pop this up. So this candle, right? We get it. Tariffs. Some items are removed off the tariff list. So great for China's economy. The USD won weakens as a result, and we had a big move. And I said unless we break this level, right around 106.96 or 106 or just 107 flat, this last high right here, I'm not convinced we're getting a full reversal on USD yen, and that was the case. So similar to Euro Yen, we did get that fallout. We tapped a key level, and we're looking to continue short down. Basically, we want to break below 106. Let me expand this out. A break below 106.600 would be great to short, to create new lows for the USD Yen. And a major catalyst for this would actually be the retail sales tomorrow. So tomorrow 8:30 a.m. I might actually just do an 8:30 live session, a live retail sales trading session where we can trade the news together. If you guys are going to be interested in that, let me know in the chat. But I might do that just so people can understand how to do it when it comes to trading news live. But yeah, this could be a major catalyst. I think the USD pairs will pretty much consolidate for the rest of the day, just because we have major retail sales coming out tomorrow. Aussie dollar, the Aussie. There's unemployment coming out tonight at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. So employment change and unemployment rate. This is the equivalent to the NFP for them. And just looking at their figures, so employment change, they have added more jobs. Unemployment rate is forecasted to be the same. These are just forecasts, not actual. Actual will appear here. So I will be trading this news as well. I'll see if I could send levels because things move so quick. Sometimes you aren't able to send out the signal, but we'll see. So now looking at your pair recommendations, someone asked for Euro Aussie. We'll do that. Quick peek. Also USD CAD. We'll check that out. So Euro Aussie. Cool. So yesterday, so yesterday I did say there was a possible. Was this the chart? Yeah. So I did say there was a possible short opportunity, right? We drew this pretty nice trend line. Our first touch, our second touch right in the trend line, and our third touch. If we did get a break and a retest of this trend line, we could have a nice short. However, price rebounded nice off this trend line. This bullish candle was a nice confirm to go long. However, there was some near-term resistance right around here at 1.65600 that I wasn't really looking at the long bias. I was more looking at the short bias. But I think we'll just be in this region. We are kind of making a tweezer, actually a squeeze pattern, or if you want to call it a bearish pennant, or depending which way this goes, it could be a bearish or bullish pennant. From here it could be a bearish one. From here it could be a bullish one. We'll see where price ends up on the 4-hourly. But we have Aussie fundamentals coming up in less than 12 hours. So I will be looking to trade this in terms of the news, just because your Aussie moves so quick that you can bag some really easy, like 15-20 pips, just from the news release, as opposed to the regular 6 and 7 from the other pairs. Not much to say about Aussie. USD CAD rocketing, really just rocketing. Yesterday, again, we had the short setup possibility. I did say wait for the break. We did get the break outside the trend line. I did say get the retest. We did get the retest. We didn't get the rejection. What happened was price closed back within the trend line on this candle, and then we closed above support with this bullish candle, and we are making a push to 133,531 is probably where we're going to go, or maybe even just right here to this next high, 1.33420. Sometimes you have to trade with the trade with the trend. That's usually my favorite thing to do. And so if you were watching this price action from the person that asked USD CAD and you didn't get that break retest rejection, but you did see this candle close within range, and then you also see this huge bullish candle close off our support resistance region, you could have still longed and had a decent amount of profits going to our next level, 1.33420. So it's all price action. It's the same skill set and rules you'd use for longs and shorts. I personally just see a lot of shorts. Some people, most of their trades are longs. For me personally, I have a good eye for shorts, I guess. But you can use, what I talk about for longs as well. So that's USD CAD. Pretty short session. Before I send this one off, let me know if you have any last minute pair recommendations, questions. If not, we'll end the session off. A lot of pips were made this week. Very happy with how things came around, and I think people are starting to learn a lot more about trading, which is great. A lot of people are taking trades on their own. People shorting euro, buying euro within the consolidation range, so it's great. And I think that's enough for the questions. Very short session. It's great. I will see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday. So we have actually tomorrow is Thursday. Actually, see, I lost track of time. Tomorrow's Thursday. I will probably be doing a morning session at 8:30 a.m. trading the core retail sales live. That is right, live, and so you guys can learn how to trade news the way I do, and it's very easy to make pips this way, and has a very high success rate. So tomorrow's session, for those that join, will be at 8:30 a.m. Eastern. Make sure you tune in. I will also probably do a don't hold me on this, but I might do another nighttime session tonight, maybe at 12 a.m. It's only Wednesday and we've made a great amount of pips. If you're satisfied, you can literally sit out for the rest of the week, because usually when you overtrade, you get burned. So keep that in mind. So anyway, rambling. Happy trading.